If you're an INFJ, you know life can often feel like a journey full of synchronicities, deeper meanings, and profound realizations. The fact that you've stumbled upon this video isn't just by chance. It might be exactly what you need right now. INFJs are known for their intuitive abilities, often sensing when something is important, even before they fully understand why. This video might be one of those moments for you. In this note, we'll explore the unique aspects of the INFJ personality, how they impact your daily life, and why connecting to content like this can sometimes feel like destiny. Let's dive deep into what it means to be an INFJ and why this video might resonate with you on a deeper level than you realize. As an INFJ, you possess an incredibly strong intuition, often referred to as the INI, introverted intuition function in the Myers-Briggs framework. This intuition helps you connect the dots between seemingly unrelated events and understand the underlying patterns of the world around you. It's likely this very intuition that led you to this video, as you may have felt an internal nudge, a sense that there's something here you need to pay attention to. INFJs are constantly searching for meaning and purpose in their lives. Every experience, relationship, and encounter holds significance to you. You don't just exist on the surface. You dive deep into the emotional and psychological layers of life. The reason you might have been drawn to this video is that it could provide the insights or confirmation of something you've been feeling, but couldn't quite put into words. INFJs and the sense of destiny. One of the defining characteristics of INFJs is their profound sense that everything happens for a reason. This belief in destiny or fate is deeply connected to their dominant cognitive function, introverted intuition and which enables them to see patterns and meaning in life that others might overlook. INFJs often feel that their experiences, no matter how small or seemingly random, fit into a larger, purposeful picture. This sense of destiny isn't just a comforting thought for them. It's a fundamental way they process the world and their role within it. INFJs are meaning makers at heart. They are constantly looking beneath the surface of everyday experiences to uncover deeper truths. Whether it's a conversation, a personal challenge, or a relationship, INFJs instinctively seek to understand how it fits into the grand scheme of things. This inclination can lead them to believe that certain people, events, or opportunities are not just random occurrences, but integral parts of their personal journey. The belief in destiny often fuels their actions, giving them a sense of purpose and direction in life. For an INFJ, meeting certain people can feel fated or preordained. They may believe that some relationships come into their lives for a specific reason, often to teach them something important or help them grow. This can lead INFJs to invest deeply in relationships, especially when they feel that there's a greater significance to the connection. Serendipitous encounters, such as meeting someone who shares a profound insight at just the right moment, can reinforce the INFJ's belief in destiny. However, this belief can also be a double-edged sword. INFJs may struggle to let go of unhealthy relationships or situations because they feel that they're meant to be in them for a reason. They may convince themselves that enduring hardship or emotional pain is part of their destined growth. While their sense of destiny can be empowering, it can also lead them to endure situations longer than necessary if they believe there's a greater purpose behind their suffering. Career and life purpose. INFJs often feel an intense drive to find their calling in life, a career or pursuit that aligns with their deeply held values and sense of purpose. They are not content with just going through the motions of life. They need to feel that their work and actions contribute to something larger than themselves. This quest for meaning can lead INFJs to seek careers in counseling, social work, the arts, or activism, where they feel they can make a real difference. Their belief in destiny makes it difficult for them to settle for jobs that don't resonate with their core values or offer a sense of fulfillment. When an INFJ feels disconnected from their sense of purpose, they can experience deep frustration, anxiety, or depression. They may feel as though they're wasting their potential or are out of sync with the path they're meant to be on. This can lead to periods of intense introspection, where they seek to realign themselves with their perceived destiny. While the sense of destiny can be a source of empowerment for INFJs, it can also feel like a heavy burden. The pressure to live a meaningful life or fulfill what they believe to be their purpose can weigh on them, especially if they feel uncertain about what that purpose is. INFJs may experience a deep fear of failure or of not living up to their potential, which can lead to stress, burnout, or feelings of inadequacy. Additionally, INFJs might place too much weight on signs and symbols, interpreting every small event as part of a larger plan. This hyper-awareness can cause them to overanalyze situations and become paralyzed by indecision, afraid of making the wrong choice and straying from their destined path. Navigating the balance. For INFJs, navigating the line between trusting their sense of destiny and maintaining a healthy perspective is key. While their intuition and belief in fate can guide them toward fulfilling lives, it's essential for them to recognize that not every challenge or setback is a sign of a greater plan. Learning to trust their intuition without being overwhelmed by the pressure of destiny can help INFJs stay grounded while still feeling connected to their purpose. The call to self-discovery. Many INFJs feel an intense need for self-discovery and personal growth. You're always trying to understand yourself better, peeling back the layers of your personality and soul to discover what truly makes you you. This video might be part of that process, an opportunity to gain new insights into your unique INFJ mind and heart. The fact that it found you at this specific moment in your life might be a sign that you're on the verge of a breakthrough. One of the challenges of being an INFJ is your heightened sensitivity to the emotions of others. You absorb and process the feelings of those around you, often taking on their emotional burdens as if they were your own. This can leave you feeling drained, exhausted, or overwhelmed, especially if you don't take enough time for self-care. This video might have found you because you need a reminder to prioritize your emotional well-being. INFJs are known for their complex inner worlds and deep need for introspection, which often leads to a natural tendency to withdraw from the hustle and bustle of daily life. While periods of solitude are essential for their emotional and mental well-being, isolation can become a double-edged sword, particularly when it begins to spiral into loneliness or detachment from meaningful relationships. One of the core traits of INFJs is their need for alone time to recharge. As introverts, INFJs find social interactions, especially in large groups or superficial settings, draining. After spending time with others, they often retreat into solitude to process their thoughts and emotions, reflect on their experiences, and regain their sense of equilibrium. This downtime is crucial for them to sort through the information they've absorbed and reconnect with their inner selves. However, what starts as a healthy need for solitude can sometimes shift into unhealthy isolation. INFJs may become so accustomed to being alone that they inadvertently distance themselves from people, even those who care deeply about them. They may rationalize their isolation as necessary for self-care or introspection, but over time, it can lead to feelings of loneliness, depression, and alienation, emotional burnout, and withdrawal. INFJs are highly empathetic and often absorb the emotions and struggles of others, which can result in emotional burnout. Because they naturally take on the role of caretaker or confidant in relationships, they may feel overwhelmed by the emotional weight of these interactions. When they hit their emotional limits, they might withdraw from others as a way to protect themselves from further emotional exhaustion. The challenge here is that, while INFJs retreat to avoid burnout, prolonged isolation can prevent them from receiving the emotional support they need. Since they often feel misunderstood or unseen, INFJs may struggle to find people who can offer them the same level of care and understanding that they provide to others. This can create a cycle of withdrawal, where they isolate to recover from emotional overload but then feel increasingly disconnected from the world around them. One of the underlying causes of INFJ isolation is their deep-seated fear of being misunderstood. INFJs are often highly attuned to the thoughts and feelings of others, but they frequently feel that their own complex emotions and ideas are too intricate or abstract for others to comprehend fully. This fear can cause them to avoid sharing their true selves with others, leading to a sense of isolation even in the midst of close relationships. Rather than risk being misunderstood or judged, INFJs might choose to keep their thoughts and feelings to themselves. Over time, this can create emotional barriers between them and the people around them, reinforcing the belief that no one truly understands them. This sense of being an outsider, even among friends or family, can lead INFJs to retreat further into their inner worlds, where they feel safer but increasingly alone. INFJs often walk a tightrope between their need for alone time and their desire for meaningful connections. They long for deep, authentic relationships, but their sensitivity and introspective nature can make maintaining those relationships challenging. INFJs might isolate themselves for fear of overwhelming others with their intensity, or because they doubt that anyone can truly grasp their inner world. The struggle lies in finding a balance between nurturing connections and honoring their need for solitude. INFJs can be hesitant to open up or ask for help, especially when they're feeling emotionally overwhelmed. This reluctance can result in them pushing people away, even when they crave understanding and support. The key for INFJs is learning how to communicate their needs clearly and finding relationships that respect their boundaries while offering the emotional depth they seek. The impact of isolation on mental health. When isolation becomes a prolonged state, it can take a toll on the INFJ's mental health. As naturally introspective individuals, INFJs are prone to overthinking and rumination, particularly when they spend long periods alone. Without external input to balance their thoughts, they may spiral into negative thinking patterns, self-doubt, or even depression. INFJs are often their own harshest critics, and isolation can amplify this self-critical voice. When cut off from the feedback and reassurance of others, they may begin to question their worth or feel disconnected from their purpose. Additionally, the lack of emotional reciprocity in relationships can leave INFJs feeling unappreciated, deepening their sense of isolation and emotional fatigue. Breaking free from isolation. For INFJs, breaking free from isolation requires intentional effort and self-awareness. It's important for them to recognize when their need for solitude has crossed the line into unhealthy isolation. One way to do this is by regularly checking in with themselves. Are they withdrawing because they need to recharge, Or are they avoiding relationships due to fear of vulnerability or rejection? INFJs can benefit from cultivating relationships with individuals who understand and appreciate their need for alone time, but also encourage them to engage with the world. Finding a support system of people who offer emotional depth and authenticity is crucial for INFJs to feel safe opening up and sharing their inner worlds. Engaging in activities that foster connection without overwhelming them, such as one-on-one conversations, creative collaborations, or volunteering, can help INFJs strike a balance between solitude and socialization. By setting healthy boundaries and communicating their needs clearly, INFJs can maintain their emotional well-being while still nurturing the meaningful relationships they crave. INFJs tend to be perfectionists, often setting impossibly high standards for themselves. This can lead to feelings of inadequacy, frustration, and self-doubt when you inevitably fall short of your own expectations. It's possible that you were drawn to this video as a reminder to be kinder to yourself, and to acknowledge that you don't always need to have everything figured out. INFJs are known as the counselors of the personality types. You have a natural desire to help others, offering support, guidance, and understanding to those who need it. But this can also become overwhelming, especially when you neglect your own needs in the process. This video might be a reminder that in order to truly help others, you first need to take care of yourself. INFJs and purpose-driven lives. INFJs are widely known as visionaries and idealists, and one of the most prominent traits that set them apart is their deep desire to live a purpose-driven life. This personality type is not content with mere survival or success, as defined by societal standards. Instead, INFJs crave meaning, fulfillment, and the ability to make a positive, lasting impact on the world around them. For an INFJ, life without purpose can feel empty, directionless, and even suffocating. This constant search for meaning is both a gift and a burden. At the heart of the INFJ's purpose-driven life is their idealism. INFJs often have a strong sense of morality and justice, and they strive to align their actions with these values. They are deeply invested in causes they believe in, whether that involves advocating for the underprivileged, supporting environmental efforts, or promoting mental health awareness. This idealism gives INFJs a profound sense of motivation, pushing them to pursue careers, relationships, and personal goals that allow them to live out their higher calling. However, this idealism also comes with its challenges. INFJs often set incredibly high expectations for themselves, which can lead to disappointment when reality doesn't align with their vision. When they feel that they aren't making the meaningful difference they aspire to, INFJs may fall into periods of self-doubt and existential questioning. They can become overly critical of themselves for not living up to their idealized version of who they should be, which often leads to frustration and burnout. For INFJs, their dominant cognitive function, introverted intuition and plays a significant role in guiding them toward their purpose. This intuitive ability allows them to see the big picture, recognize patterns, and anticipate future outcomes. INFJs often describe having an inner compass that points them in the direction of their life's calling, even when the path ahead isn't entirely clear. This deep intuition is often why INFJs may seem drawn to specific careers or causes without being able to fully explain why. They simply feel a pull toward particular activities or roles that align with their higher sense of purpose. They trust their gut instinct when making decisions, relying on their intuition to guide them through periods of uncertainty. However, INFJs' reliance on intuition can sometimes make them feel disconnected from others who may not share their vision or sense of purpose. Because their sense of direction comes from within, INFJs may have difficulty explaining or justifying their goals to others, leading to feelings of isolation or alienation. It can be hard for others to understand the depth of their commitment to their personal mission, leaving INFJs to navigate this path largely on their own. The pressure to find their purpose. Living a purpose-driven life can be a double-edged sword for INFJs. While their desire for meaning gives them a strong sense of motivation, it can also create immense pressure. INFJs often feel as though they must find their true calling or risk living an unfulfilled life. This pressure can lead to feelings of anxiety and frustration, especially if they are uncertain about what their purpose is or how to achieve it. This sense of pressure can be heightened during transitions in life, such as when choosing a career, leaving a job, or ending a significant relationship. INFJs may feel lost or confused when they are between life stages, wondering whether they are wasting valuable time if they haven't yet found their true path. Their perfectionistic tendencies also exacerbate this struggle, as INFJs often feel that they need to find the perfect role or mission that will completely fulfill them. It's important for INFJs to remember that purpose doesn't have to be a singular, grand achievement. Their calling can evolve over time, and they may find purpose in small, everyday acts of kindness or growth. Flexibility in how they view purpose can help them reduce self-imposed pressure and find peace in the journey, rather than focusing solely on the destination. An INFJ's need for purpose doesn't just influence their career path or personal development. It also impacts their relationships. INFJs seek depth and authenticity in their connections with others, and they are drawn to people who share their values or vision for a better world. Casual, surface-level relationships typically feel unfulfilling to them, and they invest significant emotional energy into building meaningful bonds with those who resonate with their sense of purpose. However, this need for purpose-driven relationships can also create challenges. INFJs may struggle to maintain relationships with people who don't share their idealism or long-term vision. They may find it difficult to connect with those who are content with a more conventional or materialistic approach to life. As a result, INFJs can feel lonely, even in the presence of others, if they don't feel a deeper connection or alignment in their values. Moreover, INFJs often take on the role of a caregiver in their relationships, offering emotional support and guidance to those they care about. This is especially true when they believe they are helping someone work toward a more meaningful or fulfilling life. While this role can be fulfilling for INFJs, it can also lead to exhaustion if they give too much of themselves without receiving reciprocal support. INFJs need to ensure that their relationships are balanced and that they are not neglecting their own needs in their desire to help others find purpose. Purpose and the risk of burnout. INFJs are highly susceptible to burnout, especially when their sense of purpose is tied to demanding or emotionally taxing roles. Their idealism, combined with a deep empathy for others, often leads them to take on too much responsibility. Whether it's fighting for a cause, supporting a struggling friend, or pushing themselves toward lofty goals, INFJs tend to overextend themselves in the pursuit of purpose. Burnout occurs when INFJs are unable to maintain balance between their internal mission and the external demands of life. They may push themselves to the point of exhaustion, believing that their work is too important to pause or rest. This can lead to feelings of emotional and physical depletion, leaving INFJs feeling disconnected from the very purpose they are so passionate about. To avoid burnout, INFJs must learn to set boundaries and practice self-care. While their desire to make a difference is admirable, they need to recognize that they can't pour from an empty cup. Taking time to recharge, reflect, and reconnect with their internal sense of purpose is essential for maintaining their well-being in the long run. Balancing purpose with practicality. INFJs often struggle with balancing their grand sense of purpose with the practical realities of everyday life. Their idealism can sometimes make them feel frustrated by the mundane or material aspects of existence, such as paying bills, maintaining a job they're not passionate about, or dealing with everyday responsibilities. However, INFJs need to remember that these practical elements are often necessary stepping stones toward fulfilling their higher mission. By finding ways to integrate their purpose into everyday tasks, whether by bringing their values into their work, practicing kindness in daily interactions, or setting small, achievable goals, INFJs can feel more connected to their sense of meaning, even during less inspiring moments. While you care deeply for others, as an INFJ, you also need significant alone time to recharge. This solitude allows you to process your thoughts, reflect on your experiences, and replenish your emotional energy. If you've been overwhelmed by the demands of life, this video might have found you as a reminder to carve out time for yourself and embrace the peace that comes from being alone. If this video found you, it might be because you needed a reminder to reconnect with yourself, embrace your unique INFJ traits, and take steps to prioritize your mental and emotional health. Remember, your intuition is your greatest guide, and if something resonates with you, trust it. You are on your own unique path, and this could be a small, yet important, part of that journey. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. How did this video find you, and what resonated most with you as an INFJ? Let's continue the conversation and support one another in our quest for self-understanding and personal growth.